Detroit Den 313. I'm back. It's your boy Will, man. I'm here to talk about some Detroit Lions content, and I'm excited for what I have for you guys today. But before I get going, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button if you're not always subscribed, and please don't forget that bell icon so you don't miss any of our new content when it comes out. Now, that out of the way. Let's get into what we're talking about. And to lead you into it, I want to talk about an absolute war that I feel like is just building, right? It's just billowing up, right? A war, and it has to do with something that just happened in breaking news. Now, this is not Detroit Lions news that just happened, but it's pertinent to the Detroit Lions. Now, Minnesota Vikings, Justin Jefferson, just signed a 4-year contract, solidifying him as the number one receiver for the Minnesota Vikings until 2028, right? So he's going to be around, he's going to be in the division, he's going to be the evil guy out there in Minnesota that we're going to have to continue to deal with. So all the pipe dreams of him going somewhere else and him not being a problem for us, they're out the window. And honestly, I'm excited for it because as a football fan, I'm excited to see how we stop and shut down Justin Jefferson. And I think that is exactly what we have the capability of doing, because we're talked about how this offseason, we've taken our secondary, which was a weak point for us, and we've changed it into a strong point. But today, I don't want to just talk about the totality of what we did. I don't want to just talk about the who we drafted and Terry and Arnold and what that looks like. I want to talk about somebody that I feel like is getting overlooked. Now, we talk about him here and there, right? He gets talked about here and there, but I think for the most part, when we talk about him as Detroit Lions fans, is when he brings himself up or when he makes statements. And the guy I want to talk about is none other than Carlton Davis, right? I think that Carlton Davis is setting himself up to potentially do something that could lead him to some Pro Bowls and maybe something even more special, some Super Bowl wins, some being talked about in conversations as lockdown corner. He's said multiple times what he's come here to Detroit to do, and that's lock shit up, right? He said the words have come out of his mouth multiple times. And I know, and if you don't know, right now, Carlton Davis is signed to a 1-year deal with the Detroit Lions. But if you know anything about what just recently happened with the Detroit Lions, we got that guy who I'll say it, Cam Sutton, right? I normally don't say these guys' names, but he had the situation that, I won't even get into. I'm sure everybody knows what happened with him, but if you don't, look it up. But he had that situation. We have now gotten his contract off the books. I think we're top 5 in cap space for teams in the NFL right now. So we have money to take and pay and extend a guy like Carlton Davis. If Carlton Davis comes in and does what he says that he's going to do, I think that you extend him for another 2-3 seasons. What does that do? It lines up with Justin Jefferson. If we have Carlton Davis, who's 27 years old, we take him till 30, 31 years old, and we line these guys up and just let these guys battle for the next 3-4 seasons. We could potentially, as Detroit Lions fans, see something special. I don't know, 8 more times, 10 more times, right? So if we add an extension to Carlton Davis for 3 seasons, we line him up with Justin Jefferson, he is as advertised, we could be seeing special football, a mano alpha males, right? Top dogs in the NFL going at it, because regardless of what we as people think about Carlton Davis, right? As podcasters, we watch film and we give our opinions, right? As NFL analysts and scouts, they watch film, they go to games, they go to practices, they go to workouts, and they give their opinions, right? And that's cool. And a lot of times we give accurate assessments, right? But to me, there is no better opinion than the actual people that are out there playing against these guys, right? That are giving their blood, sweat, and tears in competition on the field against these guys. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and others have made mention to the fact of how tough Carlton Davis is to play against at the cornerback position. So why would we not be excited about the potential of a divisional war? Seeing Justin Jefferson and Carlton Davis go at it for the next 3-4 seasons is at a minimum twice a year. That doesn't excite you. This is something that I've been thinking about for a long time. And then the only thing that has been holding me back from doing this show is that Justin Jefferson hadn't signed, and they were talking about potentially him ending up going elsewhere, blah, 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 whatever. Now that Justin Jefferson has signed a contract, all I'm praying is Carlton Davis is as advertised. And as a football fan, I'm going to watch these guys go to war. And listen, as a defense, if Carlton Davis is what he says he is, if he is what they say he is, it's going to do nothing but enhance our defense. It's going to do nothing but make Aiden Hutchinson better. It's going to make our whole defense better. With a strong secondary, and guys like, young guys like Ennis Rakestraw, Terry and Arnold, and shoot, even Amik and the list goes on. You know our secondary is deep, guys. Like, if you're a Detroit Lions fan, true blue, you know our secondary is deep. But that's just going to give these guys nothing but time to develop. So, guys, put it in the comments. How do you feel? Are you excited about Carlton Davis, or have you got on this bandwagon that Terry and Arnold is just going to be the next greatest thing to sliced bread? Because to me, what I understand and what I believe about the NFL is there's a learning curve. Regardless if you played at Alabama or if you played at South Dakota State, coming from collegiate football to the NFL, the game speed is different, man. The game speed is different. You have to learn what the NFL is like and what the game speed and the intricacies and the NFL is like. And there's going to be a learning curve for Terry and Arnold. Do I think that he's going to be a great player eventually? I absolutely do. But Carlton Davis is tried and true. He's a 7-year veteran. And guys like Justin Jefferson, experienced veteran. And this is what I want to see. I want to see two alpha males that are already solidified themselves in this league. They already know how to play this game. Let's watch these guys get after it. Now, let's let Terry and Arnold go lock up Jordan Addison and backups, man. Let's watch him go get an older Keenan Allen and DJ Moores and Roma Duces and stuff like that. But what really truly excites me is Carlton Davis and Justin Jefferson potentially for the next 3-4 years. Guys, do you think that Carlton Davis is going to come out of this thing CB1? Or do you think that it's going to be Carlton Davis? Or do you have some other plans? Maybe you think that it's going to be Emmanuel Mosley or, Amik Roberson, or, maybe you got something that I'm not even thinking about. Let me know in the comments, man, because this is something that has me revved up and excited for the season here. Like, I'm through the roof, ready to watch these guys line up. Carlton Davis, 6'1", right? 210 pounds. Like, he's a big, strong, physical corner. He's not going to shy away from the action. And that excites me, man. So let me know how you feel about it. Who do you think is going to be the CB1 for the Detroit Lions? Who do you think is going to be the most impactful person in this secondary? Because I'm hearing so many things, man. I'm hearing people talking about Brian Branch. I'm hearing people talk about Ennis Rakestraws getting slept on. I'm hearing people talking about we forgot about Emmanuel Mosley. But I'm just not hearing enough people talking about how they're excited to watch Carlton Davis go put handcuffs, right, on everybody that he plays against, because that is going to make our defense go from a mid defense to a defense that got a little better to skyrocketing through the roof, on top of the DJ Reader signings and the development, on top of having a phenomenal D line coach and Coach Williams, on top of, guys like Aleem getting back healthy and continuing to build on that step forward that he took. And then Marcus Davenport, if we got anything out of Betts, if James Houston, that's all fine and dandy. But if you got a corner out there locking stuff up, that just means that all of those guys that we named get an extra second to go rush that quarterback, to go get those sacks, to go get those those QB rushes, man. So, and those strip sacks, and man, I'm just so excited for this defense. I kind of feel like I'm in the majority of that, but I don't feel like enough of us are talking about Carlton Davis. So, guys, Let me know how you're feeling about our secondary. Let me know who you think is the top dog, and we'll be back with another episode. Peace.